What is the biggest misconception about math?
A lot of people think that math is the subject whose topic is absolute certainty about what is right and what is wrong, what is true and what is false. It's about understanding stuff. And that's what we're always trying to do. So if you hung out with a bunch of mathematicians, you would not see us relaying long equations to each other and making sort of statements of fact. Like, did you know that 17 plus 14 is 31? I do now. No, it's not like that, right? We sort of talk about our uncertainty. We talk about our hopes. We talk about what we're trying to understand. We talk about our confusion. I would say probably 90% of what mathematicians talk about with each other and express to each other in our work is our confusion about the vast array of things we don't really understand. And I think that often doesn't come through like in a textbook, right? If we're sort of teaching at the high school or college level, we do convey math as if it's a completely finished and told story where all the answers existed before human beings even came onto the scene. And that's not really the reality for us. There is a perception that who math is for is people who do math with no effort. And again, that's very much contrary to the case. So I think that's another thing that I think people have a misconception about, that there's just sort of some set of people who are math people, who were born math people, who are always gonna be math people, and that's who does math. No, I think there is a special math brain, but that everybody has. And it is somehow clear that we're built to do it. I mean, one thing I say is just like there's never been any human civilization without art and music, right? You see it in the caves, right? It's clearly something we're built to do. And math is like that too. Just like there's no human civilization without art and music, there's no human civilization without numerical reckoning and geometric reasoning. Like it is just like part of our basic foundational human mental capacity. It is absolutely true that like any other skill, it develops with training and it develops with getting used to stuff. We do it because we want to do it, right? We do it because there is a certain mental sensation that, at least for me, is not attainable from any other activity. I'm going to say something that maybe not all of my peers would agree with, but I'm just going to say it. But I don't think you have to like be excited about math and love math in order to do math, in order to be strong in it. In the same way that like, there are people who are like serious runners who like run marathons and get that runner's high. But let's face it, there's a lot more people who run than that, right? There's a lot more people who like run for exercise and they get stronger and they get faster and they stay in good shape and they value it, but they may not be like obsessed with it. Let me put it this way. I don't strive for a world where everybody loves math as much as I do. Like that would be weird. Like I do it for a living. Like we probably have about enough people whose job is doing math. But as a teacher, you want everybody to feel like they can get something out of it. Doesn't have to feel like love, doesn't have to feel like being high, but it has to feel like it's, valuable, like something's happening. I'd say the most important thing is that math is supposed to be hard. I think a lot of times people feel like it's supposed to be easy. If I'm finding myself having to make an effort, then there's something wrong. And by the way, and people say there's something wrong with me. They would never say there's something wrong with the teacher or something wrong with the book. People just leap to the conclusion that I am not cut out for this. And I think that's a big mistake. I think that anything done right involves a lot of effort. Now, you may need to find your way in, just like somebody who's like trying to like get into sports and exercise may have to sort of try several sports before they find the one that is for them. But don't take the fact that it's hard for you to be some kind of judgment on you.